What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Make an Impact podcast with real stories, real people, and real impact. My name's Stephen Turnbull. I'm an entrepreneur, husband, and father on a mission to empower individuals to share their stories so they can make an impact on you. We've got a special one today, Morgan Mielnicki in the house. She is the social media director for Sentinel Media Company, ImpactX, which is their sister company. She's got her own business, Utica Cruise. She's a Utica influencer, we'll call it, and we learned a little fun fact about how Morgan helped out TSA one time. You're going to want to check this episode out. Let's get into Morgan Mielnicki. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Make an Impact podcast. Super special guest today, Morgan Mielnicki, in here today. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm
Is everyone super
excited for this.
special?
Everybody is.
Oh.
No, you're super special.
Thank you.
Yeah. Everybody is was not the response you were looking for there. No.
Unfortunately not, but I'll gladly take it today.
That's okay. I'm excited for this. I think we're just going to talk about what don't you do, because that way we can do it a little bit shorter and all the hats you have going on. Talk to us about Morgan. We want to get into ImpactX. We want to get into Utica Cruise. We want to get into American Heart Association, all these things that
we got it all going on.
We got a lot, but what's going on today?
Nothing. I mean, well, actually everything.
We got a day in the life going on.
Yeah,
go to the IG
I know.
and check
I should
that
have had
out.
my phone right here and been like, okay, welcome to a real view. No, been really, really busy. I'm super grateful. As you know, basically Sentinel created a sister company called ImpactX, and we do a ton of marketing services, but really honing in right now on social media and social media management for local businesses in Upstate New York. And that's just been blowing up. I think that we all know that businesses need a social media presence, and we're just kind of taking that to the next level, especially solopreneurs. We know how important it is to get your face out there and have a connection, and that's how you build trust with potential clients or viewers, and just kind of honing in on that. And we've been growing leaps and bounds, and I'm super proud of it. I can't even barely keep up.
You guys are doing incredible.
Thank you.
And it's been fun to watch that with the new location, all the clients that you have doing your thing. This is a free-flowing conversation. We're just going with it.
Okay.
There's someone that owns an agency in Florida that I'm close with, and she's like a really good just marketer. Markets her brand really well. Her insurance agency is named The Bunker. Come in the bunker to get safe. How cool is that?
That's cool.
I mean, T5 is pretty cool, but not really. It's just random little letter and a number. That's all right. Anyways. She did a presentation at a conference I was at about owning your digital real estate. Mm-hmm. What does that mean to you?
So that's basically like, just like when I work with solopreneurs, you want to be the first person that people think of when they're thinking about insurance, when they're thinking about mortgages, when they're thinking about realtor. You are owning basically that thought and your space in whatever your category, I guess you could say, is, whatever your niche is. So you want to own the digital space own the digital mind in insurance. I want to own it in social media management. But actually, funny enough that you said this, is I just literally made a video on this the other day of how important it is to be and have face on social media and have that digital presence. A realtor followed me on, she's like from out of town, but she followed me on social media, and I looked at her page, like quick scroll, and I was basically like, I'd never work with this girl. And the first immediate thought of why I would never work with her, it was just a house and a face, a house and a face. I know nothing about her. I don't know her personality. I don't know how she explains things. I don't know if she's fun, if she's interesting, what her process looks like. I want you to be on, graphics are great, photos of houses are great, your headshot's awesome, but tell me, I want to know about you. I want to know about your personality and like what that looks like. How do you talk and explain? And are you really fun to work with? Are you structured and strict? Like, that is how you're going to sell and make those relationships. And people want to work with people that they feel connected to. And that's exactly what being out on social media in some way, shape, or form of digital presence, I think is like so important right now. And that's what we're hitting. So I think that's kind of what she was getting at with what your question is. Sorry, roundabout answer.
No. I think it's good. I think you hit that on the head. And you're the expert in this, so I want you to take this ball and run with it. But people always don't know like where to start. And no expert at all myself, but I'll just say, like, you just have to start. Yeah. And we were talking before with Mike in the room and all that. Like, there's nobody that knows everything about marketing.
Absolutely
it's
not.
A lot of like trial and error. Like, how did this work? How did this work? This next thing's coming out, and this next trend's coming out where you clap your hands over here 3 times and do this, whatever it is. Nobody can keep up to it unless you're doing it full time. Know all these different things are coming. But talk to us about like just getting started. Do I need the $2,000 camera?
You don't.
Do I need the ChatGPT script in front of me to read word by word?
You could.
Tell me about it.
I'm so happy you asked. So happy to help anyone that's obviously in the space and they're like, this is too hard. I don't have time. It's too overwhelming, whatever that looks like. I'm not seeing the metrics I want. Or you can easily do it yourself. Everything that I'm going to give you tips on, and I can provide it today, are things that you can do at home. Like you can totally do your own social media. It's when it comes to timing and editing and all of that is where it really kind of comes into play of when you should be turning it over to an expert or turning it over to someone else. So no, you don't need the high-end camera. You can easily use an iPhone. You can get a ring light, but you can also put your phone in front of a window and use natural light. You can use ChatGPT, but it doesn't mean that you have to read fully scripted sentences. People still want to get your personality. I still want
just at least take the dashes out in the social media posts.
Literally,
people take the dashes out of the ChatGPT post, would you?
When a lot of people were first using ChatGPT, especially on like Facebook posts, I'm like, I won't even read this now because you are using it's so long. I'm like, you never say any of this.
Word emoji.
It's so annoying. I'm like, you would never say any of this. So ChatGPT is a guide, and it can be your friend, but like, it's not the end all be all. Use it for. You can definitely use it for. I'm in this line of work and I really want to talk about this. Like there's plenty of prompts that you can use to get to the goals that you want to kind of come up with. Yeah. But sitting there and reading every single script doesn't mean that's not what I'm trying to say. Mm-hmm. You can. I do encourage you to be in front of a camera at least. I mean, I would say once a week, but I understand that that's not always like doable, but you should be on social media in general a few times a week and maintain that consistency. I like to say if you're not on social media if I go to your profile and you haven't been on for months, you're closed. Like there's no presence. I think that you're a closed business. But getting back to like, you can do it yourself. Yes, you can get mics on Amazon. You can get the ring light and the DJI Osmo, and you can buy the high-end camera, but none of that is necessary. You can do all of it from your phone just as a start. Start somewhere, but you can use your phone. There's Canva and CapCut are two very easy and free apps you can use as like templates and editing tools. So these are all things that you can do by yourself. I think the biggest thing is identifying your audience and who are you looking at? Who's your target market for T5? Like who do you want to be your customers?
High-end homeowners, people that drive vehicles, have toys, business owners.
Perfect. So what platforms are they on?
Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn.
Perfect. So they're probably not on Snapchat.
Right.
So you're gonna refrain
we
from
don't
using
have Snapchat. There we go. So I'm doing something right.
Yeah. Well, if that's probably not where you're finding that's probably not where you're finding your clients.
Yeah.
Me, I want small business owners in the Upstate New York area. They're probably going to be on LinkedIn. They're probably going to be on Instagram and maybe on TikTok. But that's where I'm focusing my energy is where's my audience.
Yeah.
And so starting there, then figuring out what platforms that you're going to actually use, and then taking all these tools that we just talked about and being on social media, whether that's, like I said, short form content, developing reels, or getting your face out there, or some sort of graphics or carousel, but being consistent. You want a couple of times a week. And I know that's not always like doable for everyone, but that's kind of where you measure it and have an expert come in when it's ready. I also like to say you can batch your content. So you here today, you could do 7 podcasts back to back, and then push them out for the next couple of weeks, and then you're done with content for the next whatever amount of time. What was my other train of thought?
I gotta tell you a story.
Okay, go ahead.
So I've talked about this in the past, but I've been doing video stuff for how long have I been in this industry? So probably about 8 years.
Yeah.
Right. And when I first started, like 2017. I remember, and I told the story, so I'll just land the plane. But like, I brought tissue boxes up because I didn't have a tripod to set my phone up. I made a 2.5 minute video for our first YouTube channel, and it took me like 5 hours to record. 2.5 minutes because I was this, that. Now, to your point, I don't give a shit. Just like, hey, this is on my mind right now. Blah 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 blah. But that's me.
Yeah.
And the story I wanted to tell you was when I left the family business and started T5. I started the T5 in a basement in Genesee Street with no windows. I never saw anybody. We started this digital agency. So like I went from life of wearing a suit every day to I don't need to do that. Let me have a hat on. Let me have a hoodie on. There was no heat in the basement, whatever it was, right? And it was just me. And someone that we both know, that I'll leave nameless because he's going to watch this and laugh, challenged me, I'll call it, and said, hey, is your ideal client going to look at that video of you with a backwards hat sitting there, you know, because again, didn't plan something. I said, this is a good idea for a video. I picked up my phone and I was like, hey, Steven with T5, just had this come across our desk. This is how we're working on it. I happen to have a T5 hoodie and a T5 hat on backwards. And he, older individual, was saying, is that your target market? And my response immediately was, if they don't want to work with me because I have a backwards hat on or take the time to find out who I am or what I solve, that's not who I want to work with, right? But that in that moment, that was me. That was just who I was for that day. Right? I wasn't suited up. I had a need to be whatever.
Right.
Time and place for that. But just pick that apart.
That's interesting because I'm wearing baggy jeans, sneakers, and a sweater today. However, I'm not going to be wearing heels when I'm running around in a coffee shop and could slip on the floor. So like, it's a little different, but I think and my mom has actually told me this. My mom owns a business and she's the same. She says people don't have to know if you're literally sitting on your couch in your pajamas and doing the work or if you're at work until 8:00 at night. As long as you are getting the tasks done that they need and answering in obviously like adequate timing and basically just being at their whatever they need at their services whenever is a good time obviously to get back to them. That's all they care about. I feel like that's the way that we're kind of moving into. I mean, think about after COVID. I was wearing heels and a dress every single day, and my mom would joke with me and be like, "Morgan, just get another new pair of new heels. You'll never not wear them." And I'm like, I don't even know the last time I've worn my heels. Like, it's an interesting transition that we're all in a more casual environment, anyways. But at the same time, if it doesn't necessarily directly affect your work, then I don't think it's like an end all be all. And kind of. I can understand where you're getting at. I do think that the younger or the older generation is very like dress up in heels and all of that. But I definitely think that we're moving into a little bit more of a trend that people are. It's a relationship. It's not necessarily.
It's a person.
It doesn't necessarily mean what you're wearing isn't appropriate.
I got to clarify something because I know this individual is going to watch it. It's a mid-aged person, I will say. Okay.
Okay. So they're young.
All
okay.
right. I love you. I know you're watching. I want to ask you something interesting. Okay. So, how long have you been with Sentinel now?
3 years.
Okay, so before that was Community Foundation.
Correct.
Okay, what I think is really cool about you is like you have a brand of Morgan Mielnicki.
Correct.
You have created a brand before Sentinel.
Absolutely.
You were doing day in the lives. You were doing TikToks. You were doing all that before, like before Unicruise, probably, right? Like all that. Like why was that so important for you?
I feel like I learned this early on, and I think more people are starting to learn this, that you are your brand. So you are T5, I'm ImpactX. I want to work with Steven, I want to work with Morgan. ImpactX, yes, absolutely, they're my day-to-day, but if it all came down to it, I still want to work with Morgan. And so just building your personal brand of whatever that looks like, I think is so like, I guess, encompassing as you're just growing up. As you mentioned, I started at Community Foundation. I was there for 7 years. I loved it. It was a perfect first job because I met so many people, not only board members, but also donors and high-end individuals that were at nonprofit organizations. So I just started this like perfect circle of a community as I started and then moved over to the Sentinel. I've been at the Sentinel, I think it's my third year. Yeah, 30 years coming up. About a year ago, we started ImpactX marketing, everything with the basically digital space, a sister company of the Sentinel. It is a separate company, but a sister company because we still share the resources and all of that. Yeah. But I think it was so important that as I was doing all of that, I'm still really involved in the community. I started a small business and I'm very independent, as you know, in general. So I think that goes a long way of just it's almost building, like when you walk into a coffee shop and people are like, oh, hey, Morgan, oh, hey, Steven, like you're starting to build that community of like the comfort of how people see you or what that looks like. I do day in the lives a lot and I push them on TikTok and Instagram and I'm always posting on my social media platforms because I feel like it builds that connection that someone has with me. Oh my God, Morgan, you went for a walk today? Was it freezing? Oh, you went to Pilates? How was that? I want to try it there. Whatever that looks like, you're kind of getting a sense of my day of like how I approach things. Oh my gosh, she's trying this Chobani coffee creamer. I have to try that. Oh, Utica coffee. That's what she gets. I need to try that. That sounds really great. Kind of building that throughout the day. You're feeling that connection. And it also can develop talking points next time I see them. Right. Oh my gosh, tell me how your trip to blah, blah, blah was. I saw you went there. Right. Now I'm developing that relationship with them. Yeah. And obviously can flourish from there. Yeah.
I think I had an aha moment like 2 years into doing video with 2 podcast brands ago, we'll call it.
I think I was on that one.
Yeah, you were.
We should start clipping them all together.
Yeah, I know.
All the times that
this is the last one. I'm never rebranding again. This is it.
I thought you were going to say you're never coming on again.
Oh, well, maybe. This might be the last episode. No,
I was like,
kidding.
okay,
no,
well.
we're not rebranding it. Mike has got this thing down to a science. Right, Mike? This is it. This is it. We're riding off into the sunset with this brand.
This is actually the last episode.
This might be, yeah. We'll see how the rest of this goes. So I was only like 2 years into my working career, right? And I was starting to like infuse myself in the chamber and all this and starting to do video and all this when we started that other podcast. And it was just a Facebook Live video that was on a Facebook page. And I had like a pretty predominant business guy write me a handwritten letter about something that he listened to on a random episode about something that I said that hit him. Never talked to this guy before. And I think for me, that was the first thing of like social media. Like you don't know who your audience truly is.
100%.
And I want to get to the conversation of like how many likes, shares, this, and this. But like you don't know who's talking or who's looking at what you're saying.
Yeah.
One, or who that's impacting.
Yeah. No, 100%. Funny you mentioned that because I was at an event, this was a couple months ago, and I introduced myself to someone that's very high up in a local company. Didn't know that if he knew who I was. They're a sponsor for Leadership, which is our women's summit that we have coming up in March. Introduced myself, basically thanked him for the sponsorship, and he was like, Morgan Mielnicki, I know you. I know you. And I was like,
I want to get into this.
I had no idea that he ever knew who I was. He is like 3 levels up from who I was talking to. But I don't know what part of that brand, you don't know what he has seen or where he's seen that, but he knew who I was. He was like, you're one of our most, what did he say? Something about like you promote our area so well. I didn't know if he meant through Rita Cruz, through personally, what that looked like. But somewhere, somehow, one of my touch points, whether it was like TikTok, maybe as seen around you or whatever that looks like, or someone shared it, or he saw a podcast episode. There's so many different touch points of like social media in general, but like getting out in the community, like I love that I'm at a point right now, and I know you are too, that hey, Mike needs to talk to an accountant. He needs an accountant today. Got it. We're calling blah, 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 blah. I can connect you with an accountant tomorrow.
Yep.
Hey, this person really needs to talk to this. This person really needs to get into this doctor's office. I got it. I know that person. I will connect you with their secretary. You're going tomorrow at 4:00.
Yeah.
Like, I think that goes above anything else, that we have this like almost like it's a great community aspect here, that I think we built it up to that point that people rely on us to be like, hey, Morgan, I need this. Who should I be contacting? Who should I call? And I love being that community note passer, that community connector.
Yeah. We talked about that, being the connector of people.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. I've told this story on the podcast too, but like I'll get a call once a week. Do you know a plumber? And 100%. It's a client of mine.
Yeah.
We don't do plumbing. We do their insurance, but they have seen that I'm at this event, I'm on this board or whatever it is. And I probably know somebody that they can like know and trust and make that referral for them and help them out with that. I think the coolest part about that story is with social media, like, and my game plan on social media, and please feel free to rip it apart. My game plan is like, I want that person to feel like they know me before they know me.
100%.
I want to go to that event, to your point, and be like, oh, that's Stephen Turnbull, the insurance guy with T5, because I saw this one day in life video with his 11-month-old or whatever it is.
You need to build your connection before they even meet you.
And then we talk about digital real estate, like, they're going to want to do business with you when that comes up. So to your point,
of course,
I'm not getting on social media and just saying, well, this is a way to reduce your insurance costs or whatever. I'm sharing, this is what it's like
100%.
to have a horrible day as an entrepreneur. And this is what it was. And people can feel that. But then when they get a pain point in that service that they need, they may think of me.
Yeah. Or they relate to you, or just like you keep coming up on their page, that consistency that you keep showing up, no matter what state, what category of business you're in. If you keep showing up consistently, when they need your service, they're going to be like, I know Stephen talks about something about insurance. I need to get in touch with him. They might not necessarily be coming to your page to learn all about insurance, but that's not necessarily the point. It's that you keep showing up, talking something about what tip of insurance, or this is happening now, or how are you prepping for this winter storm, or it's spring now. These are the things you need to be thinking about.
I don't think this is as much today as it was maybe 5 years ago, but people don't want to know insurance. They want to know somebody that knows it that can help them.
Yeah.
Right? They don't want to know.
I trust you completely. That's the thing.
They don't want to know how to edit on CapCut and how to line up my funny dance with the music that's viral right now.
Right.
They want you to do it.
100%.
And you come film it and take care of it and post it, and then they know you because you're the one that's positioning yourself.
But I built that trust. Just like if I'm like, okay, Stephen, I'm looking at this new car, I need car insurance, and you're like, all right, let's bundle this, and this, and I'm like, yeah, sounds good. Like basically, I'm gonna do whatever you say that I should be doing because you're the expert in this field. And you're like, all right, this is what I would be doing. And I'm like, okay, sign me up. Tell me what I need to sign. And I think that we make it as easy as possible for them to get there. So whether you're like, Morgan, I am sending you this e-signature. You need to sign it right now to your email. And then you're going to send me the code that's on your phone. And then blah, blah, blah. It's the same thing as me being like, Steven, I have all your social media platforms. I need you to meet me here. We're going to film this content today. And then I'll post it for the next couple of weeks. And we're done. All you need to do is show up for an hour in whatever that time frame is. And I'm doing all the rest for you.
So, okay, social media. Let's not rip apart the realtor that followed you too much, but maybe a little more.
They're not from here.
Let's rip them apart. What, like, in general,
Okay.
what can you provide to people that are listening that you see that people do wrong that may be like, hey, that's me if I'm listening to this? Like, what is like common themes of like you're doing the social media thing wrong?
Real estate is personal, and so many things in sales are personal. So you need to develop the relationship before someone's going to reach out to you. I was saying that I probably wouldn't work with that realtor.
Thank you for
because
moving that. You've been making me nervous the whole entire time. Okay,
I'm sorry. I honestly really needed this. It's been okay.
I know, but you've been going in and out and over and around it. You've been freaking me out over it.
Okay, sorry. You let me know.
I know, I'm sorry. Real estate and business is all personal relationships.
So this girl follows me. You know, you got to look and see, okay, do I follow her back? So I go to her page. It's house for sale, headshot of her. House for sale, headshot of her. House for sale. I'm like, 1, boring. 2, I don't know anything about you. Like, I don't know your personality. So what I work with my clients, and especially solopreneurs that we do video content with, are sometimes we get into the trending TikToks and stuff, but we don't necessarily have to start there. It's educational content to basically break down whatever their field is for the average person. When do you need an abstract? When do you start looking at mortgages? If I'm looking to sell in June, when should I start? These are all questions that the average person is probably thinking about, but needs to almost like basically get the clock like ticking when they're creating these videos. So we're working with the realtor or whoever is in sales or any business in general, but a lot of my solopreneurs, we're working with them to kind of break down whatever their field is for whatever time frame that they're in and relate it to whoever their ideal customer is in the easiest sense that someone can comprehend. So for me, it would be if you're in owning a business or you're in sales and you're not showing up on social media, these are the reasons that you should be. And if you're not doing them, then these are the reasons that you need to get in touch with me. For example, if we're working with a realtor, like I said, one of them was, if I'm looking to sell in the spring, this is what I should be doing. If you're looking to buy in the spring, this is what you should be doing. It's a winter storm right now. Here's all the things that you should be doing to your house for the winter storm. Like those are almost the touch points that aren't like, here's all the high level things about buying a house. No, let me break down the smaller parts so that you can understand that I can explain things to you enough that you can comprehend and be like, okay, I like the way she explains this. I know that I can work with her. I like the way she talks on camera or the way that she's, you know, I say this all the time. When you're watching a video of anyone on anything, you can tell by the way they're talking and the way they interpret or the way they use their hands or whatever that looks like. If you like them, you can see you basically create a judgment already. You're like, do I like them or do I not?
This is an old objection, but I think I got to share the story.
Okay.
When I started like 8 years ago, just doing videos and stuff like that, I had this one's an actual older individual. This is not mid-aged. And this person definitely does not watch the show. Let's just put it that way. Challenged me about, well, with these videos and this and that, you're giving away free advice and they're supposed to come to me for the advice.
Give it away.
Why? Why?
Okay, so I just spoke at the incubator last week and I called on, it was basically how to market your small business. I called on businesses. Most people there were in some sort of small business. I called on them and I was like, tell me what your business is and I'll tell you how I would market it. Guess what? I can tell them all day long. It's up to them if they have the time and they want to do the research and they want to do the editing and they want to record it and then all these other aspects. It's like, can I call all these companies to get my own insurance? Or can I go through Steven and he already knows, oh, it's going to take you 7 seconds and now it's a 100th of the time if I just go to the expert. So sure, I'll give them tips because they're probably the time it takes. It literally is a full-time job of what I do every day. So the time it takes for them to go and potentially do all of it themselves, they can. But should they be putting their resources somewhere else?
Yeah.
That's kind of where the balance is. So let them figure it out.
You know what I think?
I don't think you're giving away your business.
No. And again, I think that was a few years ago. I don't think people think, because it's just, so if you, like you said, if you haven't posted in the last couple weeks, you're out of business.
You're close.
And think about it. It was like, I'm not going to say it all Google has gone away. It certainly has not, because people are still going to Google. But like, you buy something on Amazon, what do? Trust all the people that you never met that are doing the reviews, this and that. But you go to Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, if they're active and in their community, and you heard that Mike is the best at this and whatever it is, you're going to go look them up and make your own judgment based on what you see. If you see Merry Christmas from 2023 and that was the last post, you don't know nothing. Morgan, help me. I had something right here. Mike,
what was it?
Me.
You're
it was
building.
The last thing I want to talk about before we moved on to something else. But Mike, come on, it's right here, Mike. Mike loves when I bring him in on this.
Mike's not sure.
We were talking about. Oh,
how much are you spending on your?
yeah. You know what we were. What flipped the switch for me as far as like, because it can, if you don't and right. If you don't have someone like you on the team to help with these ideas and want to try it out on your own and get your feet wet,
go
whatever,
for it.
I think one of the biggest objections is, what do I talk about? Even if you're an expert, right? What is the people? I think the biggest switch is like storytelling. Mm-hmm. What is happening every single day inside of your wall? So for me, we had this claim situations. Here's what happened. Here's how we resolved it. Does that happen to you? Call us. We can help you.
100%.
It's not me saying we are the best because we have the best price and we have the best service.
Here's how
Come
I can
on
change
down
it.
today.
Yeah.
Hey, has this happened to you? Hey, be careful about this. Hey, they're educational tips, but it's just real storytelling to relate people. And what is it doing? It's also educating the people, but it's, again, what we've talked about most of the time.
Building that trust, building that relationship. Yeah. And showing up that people, so for me, when I'm giving all these examples, again, you can go do it all you want. But I have people that reach out to me and they're like, hey, what do you think I should be changing? I'll give them all the ideas in the world. Mm-hmm. But is it enough for whatever your business is? Yeah. I just had a restaurant reach out and they want to chat with me, and I looked at their social and I'm like, it's for how high end of a restaurant they are. I'm like, your social does not share the consistency of what you offer in your restaurant. And that needs to balance. Yeah. If you're going to offer this like high-end service, then your social media should also be high-end. That's where I don't think that I would say, oh, I'm going to do this in-house. Mm-hmm. It doesn't even out. Yeah. There was something else I wanted to touch on. Oh, the trust factor that you were kind of like, that we've been touching on. It's just like if, I'm going to reach out to Mike and he's going to give me this person community note passer type thing. It's just like if there's a totally different like kind of category, but like I do. So, okay, today my sweater's from Nordstrom, my jeans are from Abercrombie, like my sneakers are Reebok. Here's the link. I have so many people that trust me now of like, these Abercrombie jeans fit awesome. I got the long, you should definitely size down. That type of content right now is how more people are buying. I know this is a little different space, but like more people are buying because they trust me that I'm 5'7". I normally wear a size this. I definitely would size down in these jeans. I'm loving this wash. They're stretchy material. Love the wide leg. Like you could
wash. Help me with that.
Wash color, dark, light, different color of jeans.
Did you know that? Oh.
Okay, well, it's okay.
No, you didn't. You're so full of shit.
Should we cut that part out?
No, should I
Michaela,
try that?
I'm really sorry.
This is from Cabby. This is from TJ Maxx.
Okay.
I think these are from DSW, my shoes.
But as a guy, so a lot of girls do this, but as a guy, so many guys are like, oh my gosh, Steven, those pants, I love those pants. Like, can you send me the link to those? They look great on you. But if you... Again, this is totally different than what we do every day.
I don't think you're going to convince me to do that.
Listen, you could literally make money off of this. But it's a building that trust. I'm getting back to the building the trust of my audience. So when I post on Morgan Mielnicki and I'm posting this sweater, oh my gosh, I love this oversized fit. This color is perfect. Like I love this neckline. It was on sale right now. These are all the details. I love that it's this material. People are going to trust and be like, oh, Morgan really loves that, and she just listed all these things. Now I'm going to click the link and I'm going to go buy it. I make a commission off of that. But they already know that that they trust me and my social media enough that they're going to basically make the purchase because they trust me and all these other factors of life.
One more thing, because I want to pivot to something else because we got to wrap up. And then
What time? How long does this go?
I don't know. We're probably there. Michael start kicking me. Once you feel the table start shaking, hold on to your coffee. It's
Sorry,
like
my
kicking
stomach
me.
is grumbling right now. If you can hear.
That didn't help with what I'm trying to think about. Talk to the person that's like afraid of what people are gonna think.
Who cares? Literally, who cares?
Mm-hmm.
Like, genuinely, who cares? Because you're building. No one that is gonna like trust and work with you and be real friends with you are gonna care of what you're doing on social media. If anything, they're gonna turn into jealousy and want to do the same exact thing as you. I started posting on social media and like my TikToks and like fun trending stuff. And in the beginning, I was like, oh my God, this is kind of embarrassing. Now I'm like, I have people that are out in their community, like, you came across my TikTok. I'm like, oh, did you like it? Like, that's literally how I respond. I'm like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, no, that's me, that's my brand, that's how I show up. And again, we're building that relationship. So what do I have to hide? For example, I posted on TikTok about Uticruise before the holidays, and I was doing a pop-up, and I posted all these small snippets of like the pop-ups that I'd be at, and it was basically like, Utica, come shop local, this pop-up's going on, these are my products that I have. I had like 5 people come that day. They're like, I saw this on TikTok. They don't follow me on any other social media platforms. It was my personal social media, and I put it out there. And you know what? I don't know how many sales I got out of them. It could have been 0, but I put myself out there, and if I didn't do that, then I don't know where that would have led. And that's just one example of like, you don't know. I'll tell you a quick story. You don't know like where your post or whatever is going to go. I made a video. I came home from a run. This was like 2 years ago. Quickly came home from a run. I have TSA pre-check. If you don't have TSA pre-check, I don't know. You have to get it. Like, it's $80 for 5 years. You get to
shout out TSA pre-check. I wonder if they'll sponsor the show.
No.
TSA.
Well, listen, because they might. So I posted this video. It's like a quick video. If you don't have TSA pre-check, you can go to Staples. You do it online. And it's like a quick form. You go into Staples the next day. You get your fingerprints. It takes like 10 minutes, $80, and you get to like go to the front of the line. Don't take your shoes off. All these other. Don't have to take your laptops out. All of that. Don't have to take your shoes off is like the number one for me, to be honest. But I made this video. I got an email from TSA, and they said, we want to buy this video. We literally want to buy this video from you.
Come on.
Swear to you. I gave them a price, and I was like, I've never done this before. I gave them a price. They said, okay. And I don't know where that video is, but they own it technically now. It's still on my social media, but they own this video.
That's cool.
So if I didn't make that, and I was not done up, I got home from a run. I literally, like, my hair was probably so greasy and disgusting, but I was like, this is a good tip. I want to post about this. And it blew up. I don't even know. There's like a stupid amount of likes right now, but they ended up buying it from me. Like, and I just put myself out there, and that's just one random brand. So I joke that, my sweater's from Nordstrom, my jeans are from Abercrombie. But hey, if Abercrombie reach out, then they want to be like, hey, Morgan, we want to send you a free pair of jeans.
We got a price for you, Abercrombie, if you want to reach out.
Abercrombie, please.
Come on.
But I think you have to basically put yourself at a spot that you're like, I don't care what people think of me, because now I'm building this like really, such a cool story to be able to tell that TSA pre-check bought my video. Like, that's just the beginning.
Do you have like a special line now?
Special line?
Like the special line of
yes,
TSA?
it's regular TSA Morgan.
There's us
Correct.
Peasants that go through the regular line. Then there's TSA, and then Morgan
you can make a reservation to go through my line. So just let me know.
If I'm like, I know her, maybe show like she was on my podcast. I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna find out.
Let me know how that works out for you.
Yeah. All right. Morgan, why does community mean so much to you?
I feel like community in general is like everything that we have right now. I feel like especially in our Mohawk Valley community, there are so many, oh God, this is like kind of hard to answer, but I feel like there are so many things going on. There are so many relationships to be made and people to be helped, and just so many opportunities out there that if without our community and our local close-knit community, I just feel like we wouldn't be able to grow as a community.
So why is it important for you to give as much as you do to the community? And for those that don't know, all the boards that you're on
a lot.
committees,
I'm a little too involved.
This and that. But no, you say that, but you are.
I'm very involved.
You are very involved. Like, why is that so important to you?
I think each of the committees and community organizations that I'm part of means something to me that I want to, whether it's someone asking for my time, which is here nor there, but it's I'm supporting this, or I know someone that was affected by that, or hey, we get to give one of the boards I'm on, which is it's awesome. It's called Utica Dollars for Scholars, and it gives scholarships to individuals that are seniors in Herkimer and Oneida counties. And I get to read their essays, and to read some of the essays of like seniors at Proctor and all that they've gone through, missing a parent, sick parent, like came here from X, Y, or Z country. Like it is so touching to me that I'm so privileged that I get to, one, not only read this story, and two, decide that if they're going to get a scholarship. And that's just one of the organizations that, I mean, we're on the chamber. We love being part of anything that's growing in our community, especially business wise. So I think that's awesome that we get to build that. Myself and Carrie Palaio are doing the Experience Leadership Summit. What a need that was, that we sell out in 5 days.
Can you talk about that real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. So on March 18th, we're doing Experience Leadership. This is second year. We have 500 women. We sold out in 5 days. It'll be at SUNY Poly, and it's a half day filled with inspiration, empowerment, and everything about connections of women in our community. There's a keynote speaker, we have panel, we have breakout speakers, we do highlighting small businesses, we'll have like a wellness lounge this year. Like we just make it like a literal full half day jam packed with like everything you could ever want.
And talk about last year.
As a woman. Last year was 330 women. Our very first year, we sold out in, I think it was 4 days. Yep, we sold out in 4 days. We literally had a full marketing plan of how we were going to pitch the summit, sold completely out. This year, obviously, we wanted to grow, and we're at SUNY Poly, but like, again, sold out in 5 days. Like it is such a need to create that community of women. And it's not just women in business. This is stay-at-home moms. This is women in fields that wouldn't necessarily be spoken in the business sense or wearing a suit every day, but we're basically hitting all different backgrounds. We literally have tables that are just for women that might not have a seat at the table, whether you're going to college, whether you are on a lower income, whether you're a stay-at-home mom. We want to hit every single background so that we are making sure that everyone has this opportunity to be able to make the connections that we all are.
And I know I already told you this, so I'm happy to announce it. Lead Him Ship is on its way.
Yeah. I'm like, can you come up with your own name?
We had a meeting. That's a true story. We had a meeting at the chamber. We were talking about doing something, and I was sitting next to Morgan, and I said, I'd like to propose something. Lead Him Ship. I'll be happy to chair it.
We're sitting next to each other. I'm like, great.
That was a dagger.
No, I think but that's part of like that's the community that we're building. Like being there, I have a mentee. Her name is Saba, and I've been her mentor for probably 8 years now. She is one of 14. She went to MACC. She's a mechatronics major, smarter than I don't even know what. Just needs that extra boost of confidence. And she spoke on the panel last year. And she'll still text me to this day and be like, someone just recognized me out in the community from being on the panel. And like, that means the world to her. And for her to text me this massive paragraph about how important that was for her to be on it and how much she looks up to me, that I basically was like, you're going to be on this panel because you have such a story to tell. That I'll do it all day long again. Like, because that's the stuff that touches you.
Yeah.
And so I think with every single organization I'm on, there's something of that aspect that is so important that I'm like, I need to be involved in this. It makes sense for me to be there.
Tell us about the Heart Run and Walk coming up.
Yeah. So I chair the treadmill challenge and so it's the WIBX treadmill challenge. I'm sorry, the Slocum Dixon Medical Group Treadmill Challenge alongside the WIBX Radiothon. And it is March 6th from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. We have 4 treadmill challengers that walk or run each half an hour. They're community leaders, and the whole goal of the day is for them to raise awareness of heart disease and stroke. So whether they are on the phone asking for donations or they are talking in the community that they are walking, and WIBX is live. So I'm interviewing each person that's on the treadmills, just talking about how important raising awareness for the disease is. And everyone is affected by heart disease in some way, shape, or form. So it's so important for everyone to get involved. And this really gives opportunity for community leaders to get out there and really make it a point by giving a half an hour on the day before the Heart Run and Walk, and walk or run. So, and you're one of them.
Save all your funds. March 6th.
Please make a donation.
9:30. Just for the record, because he's still denying it, Mr. Will Bradley and I walked against each other last year, Mike, and I won. He doesn't admit it still, but we might have to get the official records out.
So we have we have a lot of like community members that go back to back each year, and they jokingly try to raise more money than the other, but the whole goal of the day is just to raise awareness, whatever that looks like. Of course, we love all the donations, but
yes. We have to wrap up here, Morgan.
Okay, sorry.
I'm getting kicked.
I was having fun.
I know. This is good. Can you do 2 things for me? One,
Can you tell me if I was a super amazing guest?
You were a super amazing guest. I say that to everybody. You were a super amazing guest. 2 things for me.
Sure.
1, really quick talk about Utica Cruise. 2, where can they find you for ImpactX, all that stuff?
Perfect. Okay. Utica Cruise is my Utica apparel brand, accessories and apparel brand. You can find it at uticrews.com, UTICREWS.com. I have everything Utica branded, from hats, sweatshirts, beanies, kids beanies, bibs, dog toys, keychains, literally anything you can possibly imagine with Utica branded apparel. And coming up, we'll have all the Irish culture. St. Patrick's Day. So they're all Irish themed items, which always are a hit and usually sell out. So make sure to check it out on social media as well. And then ImpactX. So if you're looking for social media management or just need a guide or want help, or maybe it's, hey, can you take a look and see if I'm doing everything correctly? Would love to help you. Morgan at ImpactXmarketing.com or at Morgan Mielnicki on Instagram, TikTok,
TSA, anywhere you want to find
of course. Morgan Mielnicki somewhere. I don't know.
Now that you're watching this, you can get your special TSA line, everybody. To code Morgan Mielnicki at the TSA counter. Just tell them you watch the Make an Impact podcast and you know Morgan. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Make sure to check her out. Until next time, go out there, lead with purpose, and make an impact in someone's life today, even if that's your own. My name's Stephen Turnbull. We'll see you next week. Take care.